Alright guys, so we're talking Spotify, and just to get right down to the point, what are you giving your listeners as far as a reason to follow you on Spotify, or really any kind of social media channel? Spotify can be very easy. It can be, the value in following me on Spotify is that I come out with a track a week or a track a month, or include messages in my music that, I don't know, get creative, offer discounts on merch, or whatever else you can think of. So there's that. And now taking that a step further, you might do that with other social channels as well. On Instagram, we come out with a mini part of a movie once a week or once a month. So if you want to follow that series, if you want to follow that movie, docu-series, documentary, comic book strip, whatever it may be, you need to follow me on Instagram. There could be a podcast with discount codes. If you listen to the podcast, somewhere within the podcast, make it unpredictable, because then people will just scrub over to the part of the podcast where you give it out. If they know at the end of every podcast you give out a different discount code, they might, depending on how valuable your content is, skip ahead just to get that discount code. So you want to make sure that you put a discount code maybe in your podcasts, but at different areas of the podcast, so that way they actually have to listen. And it's not to demean people who want that code. It's just to say that sometimes it's for their own good to listen. I have had many times in my life where I gave an artist a second or third listen, and it was for my own good, because they ended up becoming an artist that I really either like and or respect for a multitude of reasons. It could be that I genuinely like their music. It could be I respect their business hustle, their social media game. It could be a ton of different things like that. So just things to keep in mind. Give people a reason to do the action that you want them to do, and it doesn't have to reinvent the wheel. Just think of the tools that you have. So here's the map. Ready? What does Spotify do? Spotify essentially streams audio. It streams music. Probably most relevant in this case to maybe a secondary degree, podcasts. So then if that's the case, what can I give my listener to get them to follow me? Well, you don't have to reinvent the wheel and talk about all kinds of different things that Spotify doesn't provide just to get them over to Spotify, and then confuse them about what you're providing versus what Spotify can do for them. You just say, guys, I come out with music every single month. Believe it or not, especially for you guys just starting out and you don't realize it, believe it or not, that is more than enough to get people interested. Because if they like you, and they like what you do, and they like your music, you coming out with music once a month, every month on the month or whatever, is more than enough to get them to bite, because they like your music. So some of you haven't had the proof yet of realizing that people out there like what you do. Until you have that proof, it's going to be hard for you to see the value in doing that. But I'm telling you, if people like what you do, if they're interested and they like you, they absolutely will bite on following you on Spotify. If you tell them, I come out with music once a week and you do not want to miss out on that, or I come out with music once a month and you do not want to miss out on that, or I remix something once a month, you don't want to miss out on that. Find a way to leverage what Spotify does. Music. How does that relate to you? I make music. What can you give the listener in exchange for them following you on that music platform? Music. Remixes, podcasts, tracks, originals, strictly vocal tracks, strictly instrumentals, like whatever it is, but like don't get too far away from the dartboard of music. Spotify's music, you make music, people like and want to hear your music, have them follow you because you do something consistently that they can look forward to on that platform, aka music. So I hope that helps you guys. I'll talk to you soon.